Unbelievable. I guess I'll play music then. Weird. This is me sitting in this doctor's office doing a TV show. Unreal. It's lonely here in the doctor's office when the doctor isn't around. Fuck that noise. How's it going?
How's it going, Anton?
I don't know, somebody's messing with our shit. They're freezing up all the videos.
Who the fuck would do that? Who would do that?
I don't know. Maybe somebody doesn't like our attitude. Could be anonymous fucking with us.
Why would Anonymous do that?
I don't know, because I put anonymous ops and their hashtags and then put our TV show. I figured with those guys threatening to take down Fox, supposedly,
News,
I mean,
like
anybody can say they're anonymous, right? But anyways, evidently for tomorrow they're taking down Fox, the banks, the Zetas, Mexican Mafia, and Facebook. So I figured a lot of people would be looking at that hashtag going, well, when does this start? We want to see the pay spin. Well, where's the evidence of this fucking thing? So I just posted,
It's going to be fucking intense, 5th of November, isn't it?
Well, I'll be up earlier than you will. So I'll just start posting shit. I'll go, man, I would have posted this on Facebook, but it's not working. Or I guess it didn't happen. But anyways, I'll be like, fuck, we might as well listen to some good music since fucking Facebook isn't around anymore today. Or something.
Holy shit.
So that was my reasoning. I was like, fuck it.
Fucking hell, that's a lot to take in, you know. I thought it was just going to be like an attack on Facebook, but everything's going down tomorrow, eh?
Well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you guys how to find it, but I found like more than one thing. Evidently, they put out somebody put out a built-in Facebook hack. And
really? Okay.
I don't
so
know if the
there's
FBI's found it or if it's instantly bust you.
Facebook.
Wait 1 second. It might be just there to instantly bust you if you download and use this thing. But it's one of those like one of those baby hacker things. You know, there's all these programs you can download just to hack people. You knew that, didn't you? Like people make tools.
It's probably good because then you can explain to me better.
Well, I'm not going to tell you how to do that, but there's all that kind of joker shit that exists on the internet. But anyways, if I was working for the law enforcement, I'd make some fake shit and just get right inside your shit.
Counterintelligence, right?
Sure, why not? But anyway, so anybody worth their salt would make their own shit. But anyways, so there's those videos on YouTube on how to install it's an automatic program to fuck up Facebook. And even if they've got like 50 billion servers, well, if you get like 1,000 people doing that, each one of them is going to turn everybody's computer into like a bot. See what I'm saying?
Oh.
Fuck all your friends up at once or whatever. I just looked to see what their deal was, what they were saying about tomorrow. And the first video that came up was on YouTube of how to operate the bot. And I was like, whoa, man. Tell me.
That's how you know.
But I was like, you mean to tell me the government isn't too concerned about this? Or did the government put that there? Because it's a fucking #1 video on YouTube under anonymous in Facebook is a bot. How to grab it. Let me see if they haven't taken it down yet. But it just shows you the fucking the length of depravity that because, you know, Google knows everything and all this shit. But let's just look. We'll just add one of these screen things. Hold on. Add new screenshot. And in this screenshot, we want it to show full screen. So I'm gonna say full screen on this one. Oh, it just messed you up. That's okay. Here's a live microphone. I'm going over to Anton Newcombe's channel. We're gonna just type in Facebook and anonymous. And doing the search right here. Oh. Facebook anonymous hack hoax. So see, somebody's already put up a thing saying it's a hoax. They're saying anonymous, Illuminati, anonymous hackers, Illuminati, they all suck dick for a living. So evidently they took that other one down. And they're saying it's a fail. But there was one. Here, this one. Oh, there's a warning. It was up there earlier. So they've taken it down. Maybe it was real. I didn't watch it because I don't have to watch it. But it was like... So that means that's already out there for a certain amount of time. But that means that it lets you know probably that there's a program. They've already got an automated bot. Who knows? Something could happen.
I bet they'll keep uploading it under different names.
Well, once the word's out there, that it exists, then it ain't no big thing. Pass that around. Peer-to-peer or whatever.
Probably have to be careful with that video, though. Even just sending it through different things and uploading it.
Well, when I discovered it earlier today, I said, oh, man, when I was doing my show, when I discovered it earlier today, I was like, oh, check it out, man. There's a fucking video with the bot, and it tells you how to work the fuck up Facebook bot. The first thing I said was like, but don't even fucking, you probably shouldn't even visit that site. Well, there's nothing can happen for doing that, maybe. But I was like, don't even fucking post this link anywhere, because then you're complacent in a crime if it's actually real. Even if
Dude,
but
that's
even
ridiculous.
but even at the level of like,
Yeah.
look at the FBI's busting people now. All of their cases against these terrorists, they're going, yeah, let's get some rockets and attack. Cool, let's buy some rockets. Oh, I don't have any money. Well, here's some money. Let's go. Let's get some rockets and attack the airport. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
every single one of these anti-terror things, it's like the FBI telling them to do this. So they've already busted people in the UK for, you know, saying, hey, let's go riot on their Facebook page. So I mean, if you're posting a video that says here's a hack how to take down Facebook, I could just imagine you and all your friends getting busted for that. I would bust you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't want people fucking with my Facebook feed any more than they already do, right?
Fuck Facebook. But you know, Facebook's
I'm joking.
is total fucking law enforcement tool. DARPA, it's the U.S. military. They fucking do all that shit. That's all over the news now. See what's going to happen next. See what they're setting up right now in the news right now is they're saying, well, Russia's using industrial espionage and China. They keep hacking into everything. And then the U.S. and the U.K. and everybody keeps saying, well, next time we have one of these big hacks, we're going to consider this an act of war, and we're going to respond with real weapons and psychological weapons. So what they're setting up, they're basically setting up that, you know, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're gonna take down Facebook and this shit in these banks, you better be it better be a total act of war. You better go all the way.
Holy shit, man.
Because, I mean, you're basically fucking up the U.S. economy and the law enforcement, so I guess if you're really
Like 17, man.
What?
This is like 1917 in Russia.
No. Maybe.
Well, I mean, they killed the Tsar, you know, but you know what I mean.
Well, you know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
You start... I mean, what do you expect to happen?
I don't know. I don't know what to expect, you know.
Well, trust me.
This whole thing's getting pretty crazy.
Well, you haven't seen nothing yet. I mean, basically, stands to reason they're just going to change the whole way the machine works.
Oh, man, I think the really sad thing is that everybody's screwed for it, you know.
Well, isn't that always the case?
Yeah, it is always the case. Who's better off for it? Nobody. Except for, you know, nameless power. Well, actually, not nameless, but just power in general.
Well, I wish I could say that, you know, my government or whatever was looking out for my best interest all the time, but I can't. I don't see the evidence of that. Because there's some weird fucking Malthusian, you know, shit that's like borderline Joe Stalin shit, where they're like, fuck it, we're going to lose this many people at any given moment because we're looking at the big picture. It's like, fuck that.
Yeah, there can always be a tainted vaccine or some shit that could always happen, or a food shortage.
Why the fuck are they shooting uranium-depleted rounds at tanks when they already know they're going to blow the shit out of those guys without even using any of that radioactive shit? They know for a fact the U.S. military is going to waste Iraq. Why do they got to wreck the whole country with atomic energy and pretend that, like, they care about you? Like radioactive material isn't going to get into the seafood. I mean, just answer me that one, Batman. You know what I mean? It's like they don't even fucking give a fucking rat's ass about you. Or that country. And for whatever reason, that's not a war crime. It's like, what the fuck is then? Nothing, really.
What'd you make of the huge protest in Oakland just the other day?
Well,
like 10,000 people.
That isn't huge. I was in a protest with 250,000 people more than once. Real ones in San Francisco, they don't dare tell the truth of how big those protests were because that scares America. All they do is they shut that shit down. People don't even know the truth of that, how big some of those fuckers got. It's against the law for them to tell the truth about that stuff because it would have demoralized America to know that many people would stand up just in one area just to say, fuck you, we don't like your Desert Storm bullshit.
Fuck.
But I was never into those guys, you know, tossing flares into buildings and shit. Or even burning up cop cars. I mean...
Because that's just going to be more of the taxpayers' money getting spent.
I don't care about that. None of that stuff is all that stuff is a drop of piss in the ocean compared to how much money they piss off. How much money do they fucking burn at Lawrence Livermore Labs? I mean, give me a break. None of that shit even compares.
What are you talking about, the labs at Berkeley?
Lawrence Livermore, where they do all the defense shit.
Oh, okay.
None of that shit even fucking smashing some windows overtime. None of that shit. You know, they pay like $6 a gallon for the fuel for those tanks in Iraq or any of those places. Those big trucks and shit. And they use like. Are you ready for this? Like one of those tanks uses 5 gallons per mile, and they're paying they're paying like $16 or $12 a gallon or some insane price, even more than that. You know what I mean? For gas, like in Iraq where they make gas, they're like, fuck it. You don't understand. No, seriously, the whole time they burn through so much money. They're like, we don't even know how much money we've lost. Let's give you more money. Right?
Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. It's like 7 kinds of crazy bullshit. God, man, I got 50 people to tune in to watch me eat a pizza. Shoot the shit. That's okay, though.
Yeah, no, man.
I was laughing. I mean, I already told this story, but I was talking to this guy Stuart that works for me. He runs my label and helps out a lot of shit. And we were laughing about this frozen pizza that I get across the way at the shop, Dr. Oakter or whatever. And I was laughing. I was like, that shit probably doesn't fly in Italy. There's no way they like that frozen fucking pizza from here. Because I saw the instructions were in Italian on the back too. You know? Turns out it's the #1 pizza in Italy is a German frozen pizza.
Wow, that's how you know it's really the end times.
Nothing is sacred with that hooker. That fucking bunga bunga guy. He probably just sold out all the Italians' future. Weird, huh? It's like American flags made in China. Made in America stickers printed up in the Philippines. All right. What are you going to say to piss everybody off in TV land?
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know that I want to piss everybody off.
Yeah, because you got an accent.
I already piss people off. I could say something perfectly reasonable and that, you know.
Dude, a JPEG of me by itself causes violence.
JPEG or what?
A picture of me causes violence. Just kidding. What, do you open mail?
No, I'm getting a cough drop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've been coughing. Oh, we lost a viewer. They're like, fuck that. I'm not going to listen to Anton talk shit about Made in America. That's not cool. That's the least of our problems, right?
Oh, man.
I wonder what Ustream thinks of.
I don't know. Hasn't Ustream been good to Dead TV? You're saying?
Well, I'm just wondering what they think about all those, like, anonymous medics and the Oakland guy who was streaming the whole time. You know?
No, actually, I tuned in late, but what happened?
Oh, just the people are using these programs to show the riots and stuff, or the marches at least. You know, on TV. Do you know what I'm talking about?
What, on Ustream?
Everywhere, they're just like filming the police and everything using Ustream and live stream, Justin TV and shit like that.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, I haven't seen much of it. You know, there's just
I watch a little bit because I like to be informed.
I have to admit that I feel like my brain is totally oversaturated with this overload of media all the time. You know.
Yeah, well, all of it's bullshit.
I know it's all bullshit. In fact, I mean, this is pretty much the only place where I feel like I actually hear anything that seems.
Well, you know, I'm like 20 years older than you or something, so I've got a really good filter because I'm interested and I'm really naturally inquisitive, see? So that's where it's helpful.
Well, I mean, I'm not a total idiot, but I mean, you should see the rest of my generation. They have like no idea. You know, no offense to anybody that's also in my generation that might be on here. There we go. That's my thing to piss off everyone listening.
Well, you know, if people are into it or they're not into it, it's all good in my book. I think when people start talking shit, though, about people that are legitimately concerned, then they don't know what they're talking about. See, because everything's so confusing. I guess if you call the protesters socialist, then you better call your government socialist because it's weird. Everything's so...
Well, I see them more as socialists as opposed to fascists, rather than socialists as opposed to socialists.
The government are kind of fascist. It's like a corporate fascism. It's a weird flip-flop.
Autocracy, yeah.
Well, it's a totalitarian thing. We need new words for it because we're kind of in uncharted territory. But it's real freaky, whatever it is. See, I just think it really lame. Personally. Lame enough to I don't even want to you know what I mean? It's fucking
you think
embarrassing.
Much about, you'll find yourself having thought crimes, you know?
No, I don't think it's a thought crime. I think it's really realistic assessment.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's a thought crime to somebody.
See, because, like, well, maybe not. It depends what segment of, you know, if they want to take what I say out of context or something, then they're not paying attention. It wouldn't be the first time. But, it's just like, a lot of time they act really fucking goofy as shit. And that bugs me. But I really like when it's all confident. When the law enforcement seems really confident. It's not like completely layered in bullshit or some kind of fear tactic or whatever. You know, then I really like it. You know? Kind of. Like all the war on terrorism mumbo jumbo. Like so much of that was bullshit, it's not even funny. So it made me lose a lot of respect for him. Because it's obviously a real situation, it has been for a long time. But they just seemed like they were, for a while, the government and people, and they still act that way. Janet Reno or whatever her name is. Well, who's the new chick now? I don't know. Not Janet Reno.
I don't know. It's like, you know, musical chairs over in Washington.
No, but the one lady, she's just really bizarre. She reminds me of some of those English people too, when they get like really like, it's weird fucking. I don't know what kind of potion they feed those people to make them like this weird fucking zombie law enforcement. But I like when they're really realistic and cool and badass and stoic, you know? Something you want to look back and be proud of. And I feel like a lot of these people, like, for this mumbo jumbo, a lot of people in the media and a lot of people, some of the people that have popped up in law enforcement since 911, and a lot of the politicians and everybody, I feel like they're a fucking joke. Like, people will look back, compared to when you're watching Churchill say, these guys are shooting fucking rockets at us every day, but don't worry about that because we're going to fucking come through. Like, then you just go, wow. And they did too, didn't they? But these people, you look at them and you go, what a fucking idiot. You ain't going to fucking catch no Al-Qaeda. What you're going to do is, like, fucking bust your enemies and people you don't like and fucking some drug dealers or whatever. You're not going to catch anybody. You're fucking assholes. You're going to look back in the future and go, those guys were fucking dickheads. I'd rather them not say anything and just bust everybody. You know what I mean? Doesn't it seem like that? Like, when you look at Churchill, you're like, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a real enemy in a real situation. This person really said, fuck that. Put your pants on. Up your bum.
Yeah.
You know, all that kind of stuff. And you're like, fuck yeah. And then you look back in history and you go,
fight Hitler instead of acting
yeah. Instead of being a fucking dickhead that way. Right? But then they got these guys going, boo. You know, and it's talking all this fucking bullshit about nothing. They don't even know what they're talking about. Right?
Yeah.
Then the real people that don't even act like that, they just quietly do their job. So cool.
Yeah, and then they all end up.
But you don't know, like, history's not even going to. History's not going to show all the cool people behind the scenes that just like got down to business. You're just going to be a bunch of sound bites, millions of them, all these dickheads going, not even knowing what they're talking about.
Donald Rumsfeld and all that.
Well, see, Donald Rumsfeld's totally different. Donald Rumsfeld totally did know what he was talking about. He's fucking completely pathological mastermind.
I think he is a bit of a folksy sociopath.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean? He was different. He would just be like, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just not going to say nothing. You know, and like twist the fucking conversation around. He was the least of all those guys. Dick Cheney's just fucking full-on liar, psychopath. Yeah, fuck you. Nobody even cares. Where'd Jesus go in that conversation? How many times did they get that guy go, you go fuck yourself right on the mic at the press conference? And everybody's like, oh, in God we trust. We better vote on that again because we love Dick Cheney. You know what I mean? That's not my problem. See, they didn't even let that guy talk all the time. Like, he talked a lot, though. But all the other shit just looks embarrassing, kind of, in retrospect, for how serious the business is. For how
I saw an interesting interview with Condoleezza Rice the other day. I think it was...
She's a devil. What was she doing fucking off on Home Shopping Network when fucking 911 or Katrina happened?
You know, Dead Show or Stephen Colbert or one of those.
No, but she was like fucking off. What was she doing? She was watching a movie while Katrina was happening or something. She's like, oh, now she's like going around going, oh, I should have not been watching like fucking Predator 3, but I couldn't give a shit about fucking people, let alone black people. You know what I mean? Isn't she's making the rounds right now trying to say something like that.
She's trying to save face a lot, you know. But
she realizes too because, you know, she's really proud of her accomplishments. Here she was like going around being foreign secretary or whatever, Secretary of State, right? Going around. So she wanted to secure her place as an African American and as a woman in a position of power and all that shit. And here she realizes that she's a fucking asshole not paying attention to what was going on in her own fucking country. And that looks bad, and all she could talk about is like how she regrets. But you know what I mean? But some of these other people, that's the weird thing about playing a Joker. like the former president. Bush played that stuff up so being goofy, like whatever, much more than he probably actually is. Maybe.
Well, I've heard that he's like a good born again Christian type fellow that doesn't drink or anything like
You
that.
just missed the whole conversation where I just said those guys don't believe in any of that shit. Those guys are neocon. Those guys are neocons. They believe that we absolutely have to have like a moral good versus bad hero because society is dead.
Well, yeah, no, but I've heard that he's kind of the he's played the puppet role in that, and he's just kind of
no chance in hell. No chance in hell. Where would he ever get a real, true Christian perspective from? His dad was the fucking head of the CIA. That doesn't jive with fucking Jesus. Turn the other cheek or anything. Doesn't jive.
Well, I heard he's born again.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Listen to me. The essential teaching, I've read the Bible 5 times, the essential teaching of Jesus Christ's message was compassion.
Well, I didn't say that he'd know anything about Christianity.
He's a fucking fake Christian. Because Jesus,
yeah, I mean,
think of every single fucking thing. Think of every single fucking thing that Jesus ever said. Look at, just for shits and giggles, fucking look up Jesus quotes. And every single thing that guy is ever about is absolutely the antithesis of anything Jesus ever said, except for there are motherfuckers out there that I'm against, and that's what that guy is. See? The closest thing that he is fucking on the other end of one of Jesus' rebukes. That's a fact. I mean, just fucking, who cares what these people say? That's what the satanic reverses is all about. It's what people do. I mean, what do you do for a guy that's deaf, just checking you out? Maybe reading in Braille about your activities. It doesn't jive when you say you're a fucking Christian and somebody just fucking goes, well, this is what this guy's done and this is what he's about. And you're just looking at it in Braille. But if you're too fucking dumb and you're just got the feedback in front of your face, then all these guys, I guess, well, he says he's a Christian. But what I was pointing out was like the Washington Monument. Could say fucking, I'm in God we trust, right on our money, right? And then have a fucking pyramid on the money right next to that.
Yeah.
Same page. Says in God we trust. It also has a pyramid. What God do they fucking worship in a pyramid? It ain't the God of Israel, is it? So, I mean, what the fuck? How stupid can everybody be? The Washington Monument is a fucking obelisk. The Israelites didn't build obelisks. Supposedly their slave masters built them for their gods. I mean, fucking, how dumb ass can you be? You can only be as stupid as you fucking as you need to be because you can't function. But that's the joke. That's the kind of contempt that fucking your own founding fathers have for you. That you're going to be too, well, I guess that wise and honorable men are going to allow you to be stupid. But I mean, that is just a fact. You can't spin that any other way. It isn't like you just go, well, I'm going to think of all the structures in mankind, including the geodesic dome, but no, these ones of specific religious, right? Of a specific spiritual bent. These buildings symbolize these things. They could have picked anything, a geodesic dome like Epcot Center, and said, look at what we do that's bitching in America. We build these fucking the strongest, best fucking circular thing out of triangles. They could have done that, right? No. They don't do it just because they pick it. None of this shit, they don't fucking go, oh, we just put the whole street into a shape of a pentagram. They don't just like pick these things random out of a million different things. That's the wisdom of the architect. I'm just telling you. It's right on the fucking $1 bill. It's not the same God. I don't want to hear
these things before, and I've looked them all up.
Yeah, but check this out. This isn't even a fucking conspiracy theory. But you're an idiot if you think that you're an idiot if you think that the God of you're an idiot if you think that the God of fucking George Bush, Senior R. Baby Bush is the God of the Bible. He's not that God. And that God, in God we trust on the dollar is not that God. That's the biggest trick.
Well, yeah, no, it's probably Lucifer. In some sense.
Well, that's the weird thing. You know, there's a big argument that people say about the whole thing being all mixed up anyways. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, fuck, you could say I'm wrong, and I'll just go, well, then
Well,
why
no,
the fuck is why is the Washington Monument a fucking obelisk? It isn't a burning bush. It isn't a cross. It's not a menorah. It's not the God of the Bible. It's fucking Pharaoh's thing. It's fucking Ramsey the Great's thing and his grandpa's thing. It has nothing to do with that other stuff. At all. Never did, never will, never will. So, I have all the Christians in America that think that they're accomplishing something by supporting people that like the Tea Party or whatever that say this is important, that we have this, or even say like God bless America or any of that shit. They're that fucking stupid because they're just empowering something that they don't even understand. See? They're that fucking dumb. Every single one of them. But you could just say, well, it's America, and I came here, and this was supposed to represent whatever I believe in. Well, that's cool, but then why are they building fucking pyramids? On your fucking money. Answer me that one. And that's not even fucking conspiracy shit. It's like, if you're too fucking stupid to understand what I'm saying, what a fucking obelisk is and where it comes from, then you're just fucking too stupid. I don't even pay attention if you mock me. I'll just go, fuck you too. It doesn't even matter to me. Really, I just think it's ironic. Weird how that fucking thing got cracked, though.
Yeah.
Bad vibes.
I was in, I think I was in Maryland at the time.
Bad vibes. Boy, I lost a lot of fucking people. I wonder what the chat room's saying. Because I probably already said it, and they were like, oh, he already said that. Yeah. With the pineal glands.
He's actually pineal gland.
That's okay. I pull those things out of people's heads and fry them up and call them pine nuts, pineal nuts. Put them on my salad.
Anyway, what I was going to say about Condoleezza Rice was she apparently said that Muammar Gaddafi had a crush on her, and that he composed a song for her called I think it was Black Rose in the White House or something like that.
Ooh.
And even played it for her with a video of her meeting other heads of state, like snapshots of it.
Condi Rice did that?
Yeah, no, she said that Muammar Gaddafi actually played this video for her when she went to visit him in Libya.
She probably played cello for him. She's an accomplished cello player. Cellist. But you know what? But even if I was black, or if I had a thing for black women or whatever, man, she looks like a lizard. She's got some fucking crazy reptilian shit. I don't know what potion they fed her to be like the fucking crazy like guard lizard of the White House.
Steve Dyke, right?
But I could just tell that I'm not supposed to reproduce with her, man.
I don't think anyone is. No offense, Condi.
We don't need to insult her. Whatever. Fucking watertight. Who knows? Who cares? But I don't know what to say. See, I'm actually not down on the states. Whatever. I'm just saying, like, fuck, whatever. You can tell me I'm a liar, but I know that I'm not. I've got like. Got enough books. Albert Pike tells me I'm not lying.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, everybody else can fuck right off. Figure that one out.
You can get some of his books for free on sacredtexts.org.
Yeah.
I remember I read the... one time while I was extremely intoxicated, I read the last couple of Degrees of Masonry just for fun. Yeah. Interesting stuff. Hard to retain all that information, though.
That's okay. I don't care what people believe.
Well, I don't believe anything. I don't believe or disbelieve anything.
I care what people do, not what they think.
That's a good way to go about doing things, you know?
We live in interesting times, though, huh?
We certainly do. Shit, man, it's like every day I've been waking up and we're getting close to the 5th of November. And now it's fucking tomorrow.
I wonder if pineal glands is going to call in.
Yeah? Let's see, any response? Yeah, no, I agree with you, pineal glands. We are all God. Yeah.
Doesn't look like... Oh, too shy except in the fucking chat room.
Man. Like,
oh, man.
Withdrawing right now. Like,
I know. It's so funny because, like, I'll sit there and fucking troll your chat room, but I won't dare do it to your face on Skype and put you on TV and record you, and then I got you fucking twisting you into pretzels like we do in Germany.
You're an aggressive talker, though, Anton. You know? Well, that's
I know you're not trolling. Yeah. I'm just laughing because I wish somebody would call in and say, Anton, you're full of shit, and this is why. Because I love to learn. But unfortunately, my friend, I'm not full of shit.
Well, that's because you're probably the smartest person talking right now.
Huh. It's lonely. It's lonely at the top of that all-seeing pyramid.
I was just thinking of that pyramid.
One is the lonely all-seeing eyeball.
All-seeing eyeballs.
But it's okay. But yeah, browsing a stream tuned in. She fucking called that Washington Monument that I was just talking about too, about that getting cracked and how interesting that is.
Yeah, no, I remember posting a lot of stuff about that.
But I just took it to the next level where I just said, "Fucking grow up, people."
There was a television show that was on in America called The Event, and in the last episode...
When was the last time you heard anybody on TV just break it down like I just did? It's like...
Well, no, here's an interesting synchronicity. On that show about 6 months to a year ago, and then the last episode of that have the Washington Monument cracking during some, like, alien attack or something, and just a few weeks later, a few months later, like maybe 2 months later, then there's that huge hurricane, and I was out in Maryland, and first the earthquake and then the hurricane that also went along the exact same line, you know, going across those same major cities on the East Coast, and you know then the monument actually does crack, and I just remember being
it's obviously not a weed plat.
Well, I don't know. It was weirder when it happened. You know, but I thought it was like something fucked up was going on.
Like a symbol? A warning?
Well, it was some post office or whatever reading Albert Pike, and then thought, well, you know,
no. See, because there's always pioneers, and then there's people that develop ideas. In the world of academia, a lot of times there's like theories or there's papers that are out there, and there's no way to really teach it to people to put it in action into being. So there's like people like some of this shit when I was reading books on Ismailism and some of these weird like mystical brotherhood cults and stuff. These books from Cambridge Press, from Oxford. The fucking books are so big and it's so drawn out that unless you really, really know what's going on with it and you got a really big grasp, you're never going to understand what these people are saying. But now that I've read it, like I can break it down to people what like the Aga Khan is and what his followers believe and all that stuff. And that's something that the person that wrote the book wasn't capable of doing even on the back cover. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Else they would have just written something. This is why you should read this book. It factors into a lot of different things. See, but they're not even capable of breaking it down. Like if you were trying to explain to like the sheriff of the county like who the bad guys are and how their brain works or something. And that a lot of times that's what an analyst does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the boss might not be keeping up on all the various little tangents or things like that. So
that's why it's
sometimes
not the Wall Street CEO's fault.
But that's why it's called a brief, and there's like a whole world of occupations for people on corporate level and within the government and all kinds of things, think tanks, where there's just people that break it down for you, just a little bit of information that's really like this tangled knot that doesn't make any sense, right?
The world stage needs actors. Like Einstein.
Jesus.
And Jesus.
Why are you girls fighting in there like this? Don't argue with people in the chat room. Just boot them out. That's why you're colored blue. Don't even say anything. Make it all. Yeah. Well, it isn't even Gale. It's fucking hell. Boot that person. I'll do it. There you go. Not anymore. I think I've removed her. Weird. You people. All right. I'll let you go. Anything else you want to bring up? God, we've talked about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we always do. Let's see. You know, I'm probably going to go and like turn on the crappy news, the television news, and see something absolutely ridiculous, and then I'll think of something. But right now, I don't have anything on my mind. You know.
Well, I'm just waiting till midnight to see if Facebook goes poof, because technically, from where I'm sitting, I mean,
I wonder if there's a specific time they've got.
I don't even want to look.
Fuck, man.
Maybe I'll look on Twitter.
Are they attacking Twitter as well? Or?
No, they're not attacking Twitter, but you can just type in anonymous.
You know, here's something. If you think about it, this whole there's so much communication going on through Facebook and Twitter and all that, and if they actually bring down the Facebook, how do you think that's going to impact the Occupy Wall Street protests and the transmission of information in general, for that matter?
None of it is even fucking important. People don't even need this fucking form of communication.
Well, they don't, but I feel like this generation is so... I feel like people have gotten so detached from normal, like, human-to-human, like, communication that they'll have trouble...
Jack White, what the fuck do you think we're doing right now? Aren't we communicating?
Yeah,
okay.
we're communicating right now. But not everybody in the world knows about Dead TV. Maybe they should.
Thank God.
But... I know, because then there'd be way more idiots to kick out of the chat room, right?
I mean, see, I'll use any kind of medium stuff. I don't care.
Yeah, but I mean, you tweet stuff.
Well, I tweet about the show, and if I read something, sometimes I tweet something. I repeated a factoid that Mother Jones said 650,000 people switched over to the credit union specifically because last month they switched over specifically because of the Great Bank Fuck You Day coming up. So they're looking at 100,000 people at least doing it tomorrow. But whatever, you know. I deal with the Chinese bank, but I have for several years, so.
Yeah, like you were saying in one of our earlier talk.
Yeah. They're one of the biggest fucking banks on the planet. Something tells me they're not going anywhere. But you see, I don't set up my own bank account, so I didn't have a choice in the matter. So it doesn't matter. I don't even concern myself with money at all. I'm that not interested in it. Bums me out a little bit. So.
Well, it's bumming out 99% of people.
Evidently, but that's a number they throw around. They figure though that most
throw it around pretty lightly, don't they?
Well, it's true. What they're talking about is true, but then people don't see. People like to go with a winner, and then people have their loyalties too. On top of that,
yeah.
I mean, think of all the footy teams in the UK, and people support all those fucking crap teams that never win. They never even get close to winning. They'll just do it forever. Just like their dad did before them.
Born to lose.
Whatever, they're just like into it.
Want to fight.
Look at all the Boston fans for like 99 years or whatever. They were the... Whatever. Who cares, right? Alright, I'm going to let you go.
All right, Anton, always a pleasure.
Oh, that was good for a little while. Good for a laugh or two, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Killer! Just visiting with some other people.